All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Autonomy podcast. And today I'm welcomed by Jay. How are you, man?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, very good.
Awesome, awesome. Really great to have you on one of these. As I can see your progress, like you have lost almost now, let's call it, what is it, like 15 kilos, man? That's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, we're about 15, 16 kilos, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. So starting from 90 kilos back in October, and now we are almost at the 6 months mark and 5 months, I would say. And now we are at 75 kilos. So tell me, Jay, how do you feel today?
Oh, amazing. Yeah, no, brilliant. Didn't think it was possible. I don't think I don't remember the last time I've ever seen anything below 80 or even 80 or whatever it is. I don't remember any of that. I must have been a child back then. But yeah, amazing.
Wow, that's awesome. And let me ask you this, like, what would be the difference right now, minus the weight, of course, between the Jay who started back then in October versus the Jay who's talking to me right now?
Yeah, the main difference is my eating habits, my food. That is probably what I've learned a lot regarding this process. The key thing, like fitness and all that sort of stuff. So prior to all of that, when I was 90 odd, yeah, I ran a marathon. I think I got the bud for fitness probably about 3-4 years ago. So I've been doing all this sort of fitness stuff. But my Achilles heel to all of this was the food. I love food too much, and I don't know what types of food or whatever. So I'd go and run and I'd do all this cycling. I'd come home and I would just eat a load of rubbish, basically.
Yeah, that's awesome. Building that knowledge is certainly something that you will take for the rest of your life as well, and how your relationship with food is. Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
it's yeah, completely different.
And how would you say also, like with the knowledge as well, how would you say are you feeling right now? How do you feel like your energy levels? How do you feel your sleep levels? How do you feel as a person versus when you first started?
So as a person, yeah, I feel a lot more lighter, if that makes sense. Yeah, a lot prouder of myself in terms of like, wasn't too happy on the body shapes and all the rest of it, or like waist being. But yeah, a lot more lighter, prouder. I'm running a lot faster. All these things I didn't think would be possible or doable. My energy is amazing. Sleeping has never been an issue. You could tell me to go sleep now and I'll go sleep within 5 minutes. So I'm very good at sleeping side of things. But my resting heart rate is around about 36, 37, which I had to go see a doctor about a couple of weeks ago because a lot of friends who are doctors were just like, well, then there's something not right there. But the doctor's like, no, we classify you as an athlete. I'm not an athlete. Yeah, I'm not an athlete. Which is telling me I'm about to die soon because it's gotten below 40. But yeah, so can't ask for anything better because my cholesterol levels were on the up before. Now they've gone back down. And yeah, the doctor's just like, it's amazing what you've done. Just keep it going, keep it up, basically. Yeah, even he was shocked.
Wow, that's awesome. When was the last time you visited your doctor? You know, he was shocked versus the time where probably he had that tough conversation of like, you know what, Jay, you need to change your lifestyle and your habits.
Yeah, no, that's like, last time I visited doctors probably I'd say about a year ago. And that was from me going to an optician and the optician looking around, just doing the eye checks and stuff. And they were like, oh, we could see like a ring around one of your eyes, which basically says something like high cholesterol or signs of high cholesterol. Will suggest you go get it checked out. So I went to the doctors, they did a blood test, etc. You're getting close to high cholesterol. You're not there, but this is probably the right time to change, to do something about it rather than give you the medications. I was quite close to getting taking a medication, and I think that's what triggered it. That's what was like, okay, well, clearly what I think I'm doing is not good enough. And then, like I say, I went a couple of weeks ago, and the doctor was singing praises. It was just like, whatever you've done or whatever's triggered you has been fantastic. Keep it going, and someone for your health and your age, he goes 30, like I say, 36, 37, my resting heart rate. He goes, that's sort of unheard of. That's an athlete, which I don't classify myself as, but it's clearly doing some really good stuff inside, really.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really awesome to hear, Jay. And certainly seeing those changes as well, especially coming from a doctor as well, telling you that, it certainly resonates like really well. That takes me to my next question, which you may have answered half of it as well, but why did you decide to embark on this journey? What was the why or the motive for you to actually decide, you know what, I do need to change my lifestyle. I need to change my habits. Was it really the doctor's conversation or was there something else?
It's a mixture of both. I was doing fitness from before and I thought, oh yeah, I'm getting fit, I'm really fit, but it was my food, it was a diet. And then one of my friends went through this program and I went on holiday with him when we went to Mexico. There was a group of us, a group of boys, but you could just see his eating habits, him doing his 10,000 steps every day and all these things that he was doing. And you could just see he was a lot more energetic, a lot more out there. And I was just like, actually, that's amazing. That's brilliant. I was just speaking to him a bit about it. And I was like, what's this like? Because my lifestyle and his lifestyle are completely different. He's very much outgoing. He's out and about all the time, whereas I've got 2 young kids at home, completely different lifestyles. And I'm not sure I can change my eating habits too much because dinners and things like that, it's not like I can't really cook much, if that makes sense. I can maybe get some salad and put chicken in there. That's probably the best I can do. But in terms of actual cooking, well, that's going to be down to the wife or whoever's cooking for us. So that was the thing. So when I spoke to him, he was just like, yeah. And I saw the results, and the results don't lie, really. So it's different when you're, I guess, reading something or Instagram and seeing these little things pop up. I'm not into all of that. So, and I saw him and I saw what it was like. And like I say, he's one of my best mates. So I saw what it was like to what he was now. I was like, actually, this sounds good. And I spoke to my wife about it. I was like, I'm thinking about it. I think I should just do something. I need that edge. I need to learn about this rather than think I know the answers to everything. Yeah, and that was it. And that was key to it. Yeah, that what doctors were saying was still on the back of my mind. But ultimately, if it wasn't seeing this, I would have be on medication right now, because what I don't know, I wouldn't have known, really.
That's amazing. That's a really amazing story, Jay. And it all comes from seeing those signs in front of us, and that initiates that like inner us to try to drive the change, right?
Yes, that's exactly it. And that's what worked for me. Like salads. I've never eaten salads before. Fully eating more salads in the last 4 months than I've eaten in like 5 years. Salads is unheard of in my diet. I just eat the chicken. I eat the chips, and probably double portions of chips. But yeah, it's different.
Yeah, it's interesting how we start like, building those habits, and we feel like always there's a mental block of like, you know what, I'm never going to have salads. I'm not friends with salads. But when you actually do something and it starts to grow on you, when it starts to become a healthy lifestyle or a habit with you, it resonates and stays with your life as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. As an example, I was away for work a couple of days ago, and I'm just speaking to Nathan, and I went to Nando's. The first time I went to not the first time I've been Nando's before, but this is the first time I went where I had a chicken, but then I had salad. No chips, no mash, none of the stuff that I always go for. It was a massive shock, because I was just like, I'm going to go to Nando's and not have chips, not have their peri-peri chips. They're delicious. They're fantastic. But I'm looking at the menu thinking, well, that's 500 calories, just the chips. But it's just things like that. And that was the first time I've gone to, like I said, been to Nando's, and I'm like, oh, I'm actually having chicken and salad. How does that work out? But yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, that's amazing, Matt. And you can see how the knowledge that you have built not only led you to eat healthy, but also understand why you are doing this, why you're avoiding this.
Yes, no, exactly. And I can still treat myself every now and then. And it's not about giving it up completely, but it's understanding, yeah, you can have it. You can have a little bit of it, but then just be mindful of what else you're going to have afterwards. You're going to have that pudding afterwards. Are you then having that for breakfast? Or did you have like 5 pancakes for breakfast in the morning or whatever, and then go to Nando's? Things like that. So no, it's good.
Awesome, man. What were your struggles before joining Autonomy, Jay? Like kind of like holding you back from losing that weight, or you felt you were struggling with nutrition or with your lifestyle? You mentioned also being parent or having kids and having all of that complexity in your lifestyle as well. But what do you feel like prevented you from achieving those results earlier?
The diet, the food, what was the key? I was healthy Monday to Friday. I thought, oh yeah, I was being healthy. I'd take my lunches in, but then I'd finish work at whatever time it is. I'd come home, and then the first thing I go into is the snack cupboard, because I've been starving. I'll be home for, 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and I'll be absolutely starving. And I'll just open up the snack cupboard. I'll have a packet of crisps. 1 pack's not enough. I'll have another one. That was not filled me up. So now I'm going to rummage through the kids' snack, whatever's there. If it's in the house, I've got to eat it. And that, mentally I knew I was doing that, but there was no other option in my head. I was all on the snack cupboards there. I'll just take a cake out of there, or I'll cake something out of there. And that's all I did. So all that extra stuff I did in the morning. So I used to do all this military fitness stuff in the morning. I used to feel fantastic about it and go to work, feel brilliant. But then come 5 o'clock, I'm mentally drained. I need a sugar fix. So again, I've got a massive sweet tooth. So I'll just raid the chocolates or the sweets, and not realizing all of this is just piling up. An hour later, I'm sitting down having dinner. So that was my main thing, be that the food. And then come weekends, there was no structure. I've got no structure in the thing. So Monday to Friday or Monday to Thursday, yes, I've got that structure because I'll go to work. I had my lunch. Come weekends, there wasn't a structure. I'll be up super early taking the kids to some club or swimming or whatever it was. And then lunches, I wouldn't know what I'm going to eat. So I'll just end up again opening up the snack cupboard, or wherever we're out, I'll just pick up a donut or something like that just to get that sugar fix. But yeah, so that was my struggle, was that. And I thought I was being healthy, but when I sat down with Nathan and he explained it, well, actually, I'm only being good to myself for like a third of the week. So the other 2/3, I was just doing whatever I wanted as such, just eating everything else.
Absolutely. That's really great to hear. And how did you feel the strategies that Nathan gave you helped you stay on track as well? Because with struggles and everything going on, we feel like we lose control sometimes, and we feel like, okay, what am I supposed to do? So how did you feel those strategies that Nathan adopted worked with you as well to help you stay consistent?
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. So he sat down with me, worked out exactly what I was doing, what time I was eating my meals. The strategy he provided was brilliant, because one of the things first thing he said to me goes, what is your definite no? Whatever in the strategy, what is it you can't do? My thing was dinners. I was like, whatever it is with dinners, I'm going to have to sit down with the family. So that's my one thing that I've got to do is have the same meal as my family. I'm not going to change my meals out. I'm not going to eat something different. I'd love to make my own food, but like I said, I'll get bored of chicken and salad all the time. So it was like, I'll eat what's on the table. And he's like, yeah, Jay, we can work on that. That's fantastic. That's brilliant. Okay, we can work with that. So I have my breakfast in the morning, and he gave me some suggestions in terms of what to have. He again gave me some lunches, and I used to get these protein, and I still do get these protein lunches delivered every couple of days, which is brilliant because it takes lunches no longer need to be considered about. So when I'm at work and I'm busy, I know there's a lunch in my bag. I just got to pop it out and bung it in the microwave. But then what he did introduce is a snack period. So around about the 3 o'clock, because going through it all, is that I realized about between having a lunch and then having dinner, and dinner was generally around about 7 o'clock, because that's a massive gap. So it goes at 3 o'clock, you're going to need something, which is why at 3, 4 o'clock, you get super hungry, get home at 5 or 6 and you're starving. So he gave me that snack. So he's like, right, these are the snack ideas, implemented that snack, which meant I wasn't starving when I get home and ready to have dinner at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that's the structure. And then the dinners, like I say, is sitting down with the kids and having the same food, nothing different. The only thing different was I was having more salads and more greens. And I think I probably made my kids more healthier because what I was having, they were also having that. So when I was having my lettuce, here you go, kids, there's more lettuce for you, or there's more broccoli there for you. My daughter, she loves greens. So she was brilliant. My son's like carnivore. I was like, no, but here's some more for you there. So do you know what I mean? So overall, as a family, we're eating a lot more greens and veg as well. Yeah. Whereas my wife kept telling me greens. So I was like, no. But now as a family, we're eating a lot more. That's not daily, but it's always on our supermarket list. It's always being delivered. There's always salads and broccoli and those sort of things on it.
Yeah. Did you feel starting this journey, it had this positive impact on your family to kind of also not only change your habits around food, but also theirs to kind of lead by example, if that makes sense?
Well, that's not at the start. I think my wife was a bit cautious around what are you going to eat? Am I going to have to make something else for you? And all these things. There was a bit of nervousness around that. And like I say, my friend went through it, but it's different because he's a vegetarian. So he was able to do his own food type thing, whereas I wasn't able to do those sort of things. I was a bit nervous, and I said to my wife, no, this is what plan is. So I sat down with her and I said, what plan is come up with? So yes, I will have the dinners, but I will portion it out. I would have salads. And she's like, oh, brilliant. I've always wanted, not always wanted salad. She's always had salads with her meals. So she was happy that I was now doing the same thing. It has had a big impact, but I didn't think this would happen at the start. And like I say, now we're having salads with almost every meal, some sort of salad or veg with every meal.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear, man. Yeah, it's great to have that also, like, having children as well. We always want to install that, like, healthy mindset with all, like, the bad food around us, the processed food around us these days. So it's certainly important to have somebody in the family also to lay the foundations down, if that makes sense.
No, definitely. And I think that's key to all of this, isn't it? It's for them. So I think if they see someone doing it, same like the fitness, they see me doing running, the cycling, whatever it is, they want to do exactly the same thing. And it's brilliant because, that's one thing I'd definitely encourage is getting them out and about and eating more healthily, which is key.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. And that arises like an interesting question that I wanted to ask you as well. Also, with being on a calorie deficit and losing weight, a lot of people are always skeptical of like, I'm not going to have a lot of energy. I'm not going to be able to be running. And you're a runner. So you ran when you were 90 kilos and you ran when you are on a calorie deficit and still be on a calorie deficit. Yes. So what would you say about that?
Yeah, so I ran a marathon when I was at 90 kilos. So I did a London marathon a few years ago and I was probably about 90, probably around about 88 or something like that. I ran a marathon. I'd never ran in my life and I got a place on the London marathon. I was like, oh, I better do something about this. So I trained and I ran. And now, and the difference from then to now is I'm doing 5Ks within like 21 minutes or something. Whereas before I was looking around about the 30, 32 sort of minutes. Is probably when I ran the marathon. I was doing the 5Ks around about the 32 minutes. Whereas now I'm running a lot faster, not out of breath all the time. And I can just feel like I just keep carrying. I've got so much energy. I'm one of those early risers. I'll just get up and just go. So there's definitely no issues with energy or anything like that. And like I say, the meal plan that I had, the nutrition plan that I had, allowed for when that time, like I say, the 3 o'clock time it was for me, 3, 4 o'clock, when the energy was now like, I need a fix, pick me up, and I would have just gone for a chocolate bar from the vending machine or something. That's when the snack's been introduced, and it's not chocolates or anything like that. It's more like bananas or whatever it is, or a protein bar. And one of those, because then that keeps me going all the way till like 9, 10 o'clock when it's bedtime, and by then my body's ready to go bed, basically.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's great to have a strategy so that we know what to do when situations arise, right? Do you feel like that was helpful for you to know what to do in certain situations that you were encountering throughout the journey as well.
Yes, no, exactly. Yeah, just knowing what to do. So I carry protein bars with me. If I know I'm going out somewhere, I'll do that as well. I went to a family event a while back and I sort of knew what the food menu was because they were making it. So my aunt was making all the food and she told me what she was making. And I said, oh, and I got a bit worried. I was like, oh no, this is not going to fit in with the plan, etc. Here. So I took my own salad with me. So I went to my aunt's house and she made all this fantastic food and I did have it. I had portions of it, but then I bought my own salad and I put my salad on the plate, took a picture of it and I had the food. It's just those things, isn't it? It's like, oh, but now I take my own salad with me. Just think like that, just to remind, just like, okay, yeah, fine. I'll still enjoy all of it, but I'll have the salad as well.
Yeah, certainly having that mindset now that is changing the game as well. Like you already have strategy wherever you go, whether it's like, hanging out with family, going out for dinner, eating out, going on a marathon. You always have a strategy now that you think about.
Yes, no, definitely.
Absolutely, man. That's really great to hear. So my next question to you, Jay, would be obviously like lost 15 kilos. So there's massive changes on your body before and after. Have you seen people who you haven't seen in a long time? And how was their reaction when they saw you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So a lot of them are like, oh, wow, you've lost a lot of weight. My answer to all of that is, yeah, I've got baggy clothes on. And that's always been my answer. And I think it's just a natural reaction I've always said for the last whatever, how many years. But yeah, a lot of them are like, oh, you've lost a lot of weight. I was going to my parents' house and things like that. And yeah, my mum was just like, well, how much thinner are you going to get? I think it's different because, like say, a lot of people are like, oh, fantastic. You've lost a lot of weight and you look amazing and stuff like that. And then on the flip side, I've also come across people on the other side who turn around and said, oh, you're looking a lot thin now. How much more thin are you going to get? You look unhealthy. All these things. But then to me, it's like, well, hold on. I've reversed all of my medical stuff that was on the up. It's on the way down. I feel a lot healthier and all these things. But I think it's just taking it in on the stride and just saying, hey, this is what I've done and this is why I've done it and explaining it. But yeah, majority of the people are just like, oh, it's fantastic what you've done. And they can't wait to see the outcome of it because like I said, it's a journey. It's not something that's a fad diet. It's not something that in 2 months time. It's a journey. I'm way through that journey or coming to halfway through that journey. And I'm excited to see what the next level is. And so are my friends and family because they're also excited to see what has Jay now achieved from what he was and where he was basically.
Yeah, that's really great to hear, man. So that's like also my next question is, what is next for you, Jay? What is the target or the goal or the achievement that you are looking for next?
You know what? I don't know. The reason why I say that is when I started this, Nathan asked the same thing. What is it you're looking for? How much you want to lose? And when I was at 91, I think it was, close to 91 I was like, do you know what? It'd be nice to get down to like 84. That's the lowest I've been that I can remember. I think that was a few years ago, just before I was running the marathon and stuff. I sort of touched around about the 85 and I said, oh, it'd be nice to get to 85, 84. And it's like, oh, Jay, that'd be done in like 2 months. I was like, do you know what? I don't know if I believe in myself that I can do that. And that's what it was. And then 84 came and then 80 came and I'm like, oh, right, it'd be nice to get lower. And now I'm just excited to see where it takes me. I don't want to have a vision of what it's like because I've had that vision for the last 15 years. I never wanted to be this big. I never wanted a massive belly. I never wanted all these things. So where I am now is really exciting. I guess what I don't want to do is vision myself being like a David Beckham and then not getting there, if that makes sense. It'd be nice to have like a six pack. It'd be nice to have all these things. But my main thing is learning through all of this, making sure I can manage it all and just taking it as it comes. And it'll be exciting just to see what I can do, me and Nathan work together and see what we could pull off from this really. So far it's amazing. It's like a miracle in a way, what we've done so far, 15 kilos. And like I say, I never thought that from the start that I would be able to do 15. He believed in it. It was like, oh, Jay, we'll get you down to like 75, 72. That's what we're going to get you down to. I was like, yeah, I'd be happy with 85. I'd be happy to get down there. And I get to 85. I was like, actually, yeah, all right, let's keep going. Yeah.
It's great. Like not also our mindset changes across a journey, but also our goals. Starting, you were like, your goal was like, yeah, 84, 85, I'm good. But then when you get there, you feel like you want more or you're capable of achieving more. And that's all like, that mindset that you set for yourself. Yeah, I can do this. And now you're at 75. Okay, I can get to 70. And then when you get to 70, probably you will start thinking, but like, I can get 6 packs. Why not? So that's all that mindset, right?
That's it. Yeah. And I think that's what it is. I'm not going in there definitely to do this. I just want to take it as it comes, see how we get on with this.
Yes.
And then, yeah, wherever it takes us. And like I say, I'm super ecstatic the way my body is at the moment. Yeah, it can be better. It's like most people are, you can make it better and all the rest of it. Like I say, that's a journey. That's a process that we're going through. Yeah, I'm excited about the next part of the process to see where we go from here, really.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I think it would be fair to say that maybe I can get you down on another episode of this podcast once you get into that photo shoot, I would say, body that, like maybe that would be the goal.
Well, like I said, I've never done anything like that before, so we'll see.
Yeah.
It could be one of those. It'd be brilliant if it does happen, but like I say, I don't want to aim for it. We'll get there somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's those trophies that you will take for the rest of your life. That great sense of achievement. Like, you know what? I really worked hard for this body. I did this. I managed to do that. And that is something that also you will give to your children, I believe, no matter how tough or hard the journey is. Hey, you can do something. You can achieve what you have set yourself to achieve.
No, definitely. I think that's one of the things, like when I ran the marathon, I never ran in my life. I loved cycling, but never did any of that. And then I started that same, I guess the process is the same as this. I started that journey with the running and then got all the way to marathon to the end. And then you could see that the expressions on the kids' faces and all the rest of it, just like, wow, just the toughness of the whole thing. Running 26 miles in my head in a pub when I used to see them run past, I'd be like, oh yeah, I could do that. Look at half of them are walking, but actually doing it, yeah, it's all mental. And that's what it is. It's the process is mental. So you're just fighting yourself, get through that. And it's amazing. I'm just surprised on how, like I said, the kids pick up on all of that. They'll see this journey. They'll see like, oh yeah, it's like dad did it. Dad went through it and dad ran a marathon and all these things. And dad went through this process of losing weight. And even now the kids are behind me, even through this process. They're like, Dad, have you taken the pictures? Dad, have you ordered the salad? Dad, have you done this, Dad? All these different things. And they keep reminding me because every now and then I forget to take a picture and I'm like, Dad, shut up. Like, oh yeah, just these things. Yeah. And they're 100% behind me.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's great to see like even your children and noticing those small details that you are having and picking on them. So kind of like it'll also help you and support you. It's a really collective effort.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Jay. So my last question would be is based on your experience so far now through this journey of weight loss, of being on losing weight and also getting stronger and doing this process as well with autonomy. What are 3 tips that you would give to somebody who is just embarking on this journey?
Yeah, just go for it. Just do it because you'd be surprised, like I was surprised on what can be achieved, what will be achieved. Like I thought I knew the answers. I thought I knew what I was doing and running and going to the gym and all this cardio workout stuff I was doing. I thought that was amazing. And that's just a part of it. That's a very small part of it, but it's the food and the nutrition and learning and knowing what to eat or when to eat it, etc. is knowledge, and knowledge is power. So I definitely recommend just go for it. Take the plunge, try it, take that month or 2 months or whatever it is and just stick to that plan and just do it. If someone says, Jay, you got to do this and this is how you got to do it, I'm very much like, I stick to the plan. Just like if I was going to cook, I can't really cook much, but if someone gave me a cookbook and said, you could put 1 teaspoon of this in there, I'll put 1 teaspoon in there. I'll follow the plan exactly. And yeah, I'd recommend 100%. Go for it. Don't think about it. Just go for it and just try it out. Go for that month, go for that 2 months. And even in that 2 months, you'll just see what difference it makes. Yeah. And just go through that process of it. And I think one of the things I come across is like, oh, this is easy. I'm not doing anything different here. I know the food and the eating is different, but mentally it felt like I wasn't doing anything different. I just thought, surely this can't be it. Surely I can't be losing weight. I thought I was doing all these things, but yeah, just do it. It's not hard. Just plan your meals out, the nutrition, and just take the advice from, like say, Nathan or yourselves, because ultimately, yeah, they know what they're doing. And I thought I did, but clearly I didn't. But learning and that knowledge and power is key.
Absolutely, man. Really, really love your insight. And I appreciate you taking the time to do this podcast and share your experience as well with this, which is like a really massive journey. And I can't wait to see the end product and also hopefully get you on another episode where we're doing photo shoot Jay, I guess. That's the goal, right? Yeah, you never know. Yes.
Could be, yeah. Like I say, I'm going down that process now. So getting to that, yeah, I'm at 75 now. So probably another 1 or 2 more and then the process of the change for the body. Yeah. Yeah. Super excited to see what's coming up. So
absolutely, man. Absolutely. Really appreciate you taking the time and I will chat with you soon. Thank you very much for jumping on this podcast.
Yeah, no problems, mate. Take care. See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.